Hi, it's Mike Lally here of KnowYourMind.com. I'm in this amazing place. It's just on the outskirts of Apollo Bay. It's a national park and a rainforest, the Great Otways, O-T-W-A-Y. It's about a 2 to 3 hour drive from Melbourne, and it's a divine place. Trees that go up, oh, goodness me, I'm told they're over 300 years old, and a magnificent fernery. So I thought I might take a little bit of a walk, and I'll talk to you about body language, and I might stop at each stage. I think the journey is really interesting, so come along with me and let's have a good time together. So see you in a few seconds. So let's talk about how your body responds when a threat is perceived and how you instinctively and intuitively react. In the previous two parts, I discussed how people demonstrate the freeze and flight response to a perceived threat. When in freeze mode, an attempt to shut the body down physically is made. The head goes down, the shoulders get hunched up. Eye contact is always avoided, and people attempt to make themselves look as invisible as possible. Now you see me, now you don't occurs as a person shrinks themselves absolutely down to the bare minimum. When taken by surprise, a person will initially often freeze. But what happens next? Well, if by freezing the danger still persists, the threat is still perceived, the limbic system will send a message to get you to get as far away from the danger as you possibly can. Escape is the name of the game, and the further away, the better. In essence, during a snap flight response, the body wants you to distance yourself from something you would prefer not to consider. It literally wants you to get on your bike. Hello, goodbye, as the Beatles might say. In everyday situations, you can spot this desire. People will turn away and point their feet towards the nearest exit. The eyes close more often, and people will often rub them. And you can often see people put their hands in front of their face. Also watch how the body leans away as an uncomfortable moment occurs. All of these are distancing non-verbal behaviors that clearly indicate a person is ill at ease. Now the fight response is the final act of the limbic system and takes center stage if the freeze and flight responses fail to safeguard a person. So the fight response is the curtain call, the final act, and it trails the freeze and flight responses. How are you enjoying the journey so far? It's absolutely divine, isn't it? So what can you observe in everyday situations? Obviously, you cannot transfer fear into rage during a meeting or in any normal social conversation. Normal sociological conventions disallow this, of course. But you can engage in an argument, even heatedly. This signals you are fighting without the fisticuffs. Insults, goading and sarcasm are all forms of aggressive behavior. You are not blooded, but you can be unbowed. What else might you observe, hopefully from a safe distance? And how does the limbic system react? Watch and you will witness the chest being puffed out, and the eyes can look threatening and wild, and the overall posture seems to be threatening and angry. These signals are very easy to spot. If you see a confrontation in the street, you always want to give the situation a wide berth, but we always want to look. Also, invading someone's space, personal space, is a modern sign of aggressive behavior. I'm talking about a wide berth. Can you see how wide these trees are? And some of them are over 300 years old, I'm told. And you can see what they do to protect the tree. Now the fight response and all its idiosyncratic behaviors will result in emotional arousal. The heart will pump more blood and the face can deeply redden. What's the drawback to this kind of behavior, this agitated behavior? Well, logical, rational and clear thinking is extremely difficult. However, when you see any of these signals, it's a warning to take evasive action. The limbic system is letting you know there is a threat, and it wants you to get out of harm's way. And even during a meeting, if you see the heart pumping more blood, the face reddening, feet pointing towards the door, or any of these signals, then you may want to stop and get back into rapport. Clearly, when you're in a discussion that's somewhat tricky and sensitive, having these insights and knowledge of the way the limbic system behaves and reveals and warns you what to do, it will allow you to take the appropriate action, and you'll find your communication skills will literally really be advanced, and you'll be able to always get back in rapport, take the right kind of action, make the situation much more harmonious, and it'll all be to your advantage. That completes this part. We're at journey's end. Thanks for watching. Just click on the image and I'll take you inside the fascinating world of the physiological reactions when threat is perceived, and how the limbic system always lets you know what's the best action to take. Remember, you have many faces, many skills, many talents, many choices, and some wonderful attributes. Why not take the time when you're out and about and observe some of these signals in everyday life? It's amazing how frequently they occur. I hope you enjoyed the journey, got a few puzzled looks along the way, but I thought it was really worthwhile. So until we chat again, take care, cheerio for now.